Hello everyone, Ron here from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and this week I'm talking about don't just think, do. And what do I mean by that? Well, a lot of people get caught up in the process, in the legwork, and that's very important to do, but you also need to accomplish something. You need to get down to the finished product at some time. And a lot of students end up getting trapped in doing the process, getting ready or thinking about what they're going to do rather than actually doing it. Now, in some cases, that's literal. I've had students who've been thinking about what they're going to write for their speech for a couple of weeks, and when I ask, well, what points have you jotted down? What have you have you written a paragraph yet? Have you got your introduction yet? Well, no, they have absolutely nothing on paper or nothing on the computer. It's just in their head, and they're having many, many ideas, but they're really not getting anywhere. This process is not accomplishing their ultimate goal. So it is important to do process. It's important to brainstorm. It's important to organize your ideas. It's important to do some research. If you're writing an essay, for example, you often need to do some research. And some of that process might seem non-productive. For example, if you're researching for an essay, you might be reading lots of articles, and some of those articles you won't be able to use. But that's not non-productive. You need to read before you know what you can use and what you can't use. Where it becomes non-productive is when you're not actually getting anything down on paper or down on the computer. When you don't have any points to organize that are actually written down, or you don't know your thesis or your speech topic and you haven't confirmed some of those. So the process is important. I don't want you to skip over it, but always with the ultimate goal of getting a product in the end. And you want to get down to business so that you have something to work with. You need some form, I think, even during the process. So the thinking part is really, really preliminary before you start writing things down. That's important to get onto as soon as possible. Then you have something visual, something a little bit more concrete to work with. And yes, some of those points might be eliminated, others will be kept, and you'll have to organize them, but you actually have something to work with to build your final product. If you're building a house, you can't just do it by thinking about it or dreaming about it. You actually need some bricks and mortar and wood or something to actually build it with. So words, sentences, ideas that are written down, that are ready, that's what you can work with. Then you want to do. You want to sit down and do. Now I'm talking here mostly about larger assignments, speeches and essays and things. But I've also seen students, younger students and older students sometimes, they have half an hour to do their homework, and they spend an enormous amount of time preparing, getting the chair right, getting their pencils and everything organized on their desk, and opening their book and rechecking which page are we supposed to do, and looking back and, well, maybe I should do this, and maybe I should do, and then before you know it, there's only 5 or 10 minutes left. They get 1 or 2 questions done, maybe, and whoop, I'm done my homework. Well, no, you're not. You actually spent all that time really wasting time, but in a way, I think some students don't feel they were wasting time. They try to convince themselves that all of that preparation was necessary because they've heard that preparing is necessary, legwork is necessary, and that's true. But you have to make sure that it's productive legwork. It's productive. You're actually going to get down to business, and you're actually going to write something or complete some math problems, whatever you were intending to do. You need a finished product. That's my point. So don't just think about it, do. And the sooner you start doing, it will actually be a relief to you, because once you start seeing something on paper, or even, as I say, if you're doing math questions, once you start seeing 5 questions are complete out of the 15, you start feeling you can get there. You can get to the end. You can accomplish this. You can do this. Once you start getting some paragraphs, even if they're going to be reassembled, even if they're going to be altered considerably along the way, at least you have something to work with. You have material that you can do something with. So that's my little point for today. Don't forget to read the blog. I'll put a link below and a link to the website. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell. Like the video if you like it. Leave a question or a comment if you want. And of course, you can get a hold of me through my email. I will put it below, but also you can get that through the website as well. So it's Ron from L.T.L. Tutoring Central. I hope you have an amazing week. And remember, whatever you're doing, make sure you're actually doing it. And if there is some process involved or legwork, make sure that it's pointing you in the right direction and getting you to where you need to be in the end. All right, that's it for this week. Have a wonderful week. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.